This is Minami Kamagaya in Chiba Prefecture, Japan. A road people pass every day without thinking twice. Cars go by, footsteps fade away. But long ago, this was not a place to pass through. It was a place where people had to stop. Hidden among houses stands the small temple, Seicho-an. At first glance, it seems ordinary, but this place once stood at the center of choice. During the Edo period, this area was known as Kamagaya Post Town. Two major roads met here, one leading to Narita, the other to Kashima. Samurai, merchants, pilgrims, people, horses, and information passed through this crossing every day. And where roads meet, hesitation gathers. Seicho-an stood at the heart of the post town, a place to rest, a place to pray. At its entrance, one stone figure was raised in the year 1715, the Waymarker Jizō. On its base, destinations are carved: the road to Narita, the road to Kashima. This statue was not created only for faith. It was created to show direction. People stopped here, those in a hurry, those who were lost, and sometimes those facing a choice that could not be undone. The stories you are about to see are fragments of that memory. This scene takes place in Kamagaya Post Town during the Edo period of Japan. The location you see is a road intersection. One road leads toward Narita, the other leads toward Kashima. In the evening, a young samurai runs into the intersection. His name is Seikichi. He is a retainer serving a feudal lord. Seikichi has received a direct order from his lord. The order is simple: capture a specific man and bring him in. However, there is a problem. The man he is ordered to capture is his former teacher. This teacher once trained Seikichi in swordsmanship and taught him how to live as a samurai. Seikichi stops and looks up at the stone statue in front of him. This statue is a guidepost statue, placed here to mark directions. On the base of the statue, destinations are carved into the stone. Right, the road to Enzai. Left, the road to Kashima. If Seikichi takes the road to Enzai, he will fulfill his lord's command. If he takes the road to Kashima, he can warn his former teacher and help him escape. Seikichi remains standing still. He stares at the carved letters without moving. A young town girl approaches him. Her name is Otai. She cleans this statue every day. Otai speaks to Seikichi. She explains that this statue was built with money collected by the villagers. Its purpose is to help travelers who lose their way. Otai continues. She explains that the statue does not tell people which road they should take. Otai looks up at the statue's face. She explains that the statue's expression is meant to watch over people, no matter which direction they choose. An older man now enters the scene. This man is Ueno Seizeoman. He is the Tonya, the administrator responsible for managing the entire post town. Seizeoman looks at Seikichi's face and immediately understands that the young samurai is struggling with a serious decision. Seizeoman speaks calmly. He explains that the statue exists to show where roads lead, but it cannot decide where a person's heart should go. He adds that this is why people stop at this intersection, not to be told what to do, but to think before moving on. The next morning arrives. The streets are quiet. Seikichi stands at the same intersection again. Seikichi now fully understands the consequences. If he saves his former teacher, he will be disobeying his lord. This means punishment and the loss of his position. Seikichi does not take the road to Enzai. Instead, he begins walking toward Kashima. This action clearly shows his decision. He chooses to save his teacher's life, even though it means sacrificing his duty as a samurai. Seikichi stops. He places a single wildflower at the base of the statue. He bows deeply. The statue does not speak. It simply remains there, watching him leave. This guidepost statue did not tell him which path was correct. It only witnessed the moment when a person made a choice and accepted the consequences. This scene takes place in the year 1715. The stone statue you see has just been completed. The young man standing beside it is Genji. He is a stone cutter. This statue was commissioned to serve as a roadside guide at the center of Kamagaya Post Town. Genji looks closely at the base of the statue. Letters are carved into the stone. They indicate the directions of the roads. At this moment, Genji realizes something is wrong. One of the carved characters is incorrect. In this period, stone is expensive. Once carved, it cannot be easily replaced. A mistake like this could mean punishment. Genji's face turns pale. He understands that hiding the error would be a serious offense. The older man you see now is Ueno Seizaemon. He is the head of the post town and the person who ordered the statue. Genji bows deeply and reports the mistake exactly as it is. Ueno Seizaemon examines the carving in silence. He does not raise his voice. He does not accuse the stone cutter. Instead, he gives a clear instruction. Ueno tells Genji to carve deeper into the stone, not to hide the mistake, but to correct it openly. He explains that the repaired mark will warn future travelers to look carefully at the road. The texture you see on the stone today is the result of that correction. It is not decoration. It is the visible record of a mistake, a decision, and trust between a craftsman and the town that depended on his work. This scene takes place in winter, near the end of the Edo period. The stone statue stands at a road intersection near Seichoan Temple. The man lying on the ground is an elderly pilgrim. He is traveling on foot as part of a local religious route. He is ill and no longer able to walk. The young woman approaching is named Okiku. She is leaving her hometown today to work in Edo, which is now called Tokyo. This is likely the last time she will see this place. Okiku stops and kneels beside the statue. She removes a red cloth that she was using to protect herself from the cold. She wraps it gently around the statue's neck. Okiku looks at the statue and speaks. She asks that the old man be saved. She does not know what else she can do. She then stands and leaves the town. Several years pass. Okiku returns to Kamigaya. She stands again in front of the same statue. The man sweeping the ground is the same pilgrim. He is alive and healthy. He recognizes Okiku and speaks to her. The pilgrim explains that he believes the statue took his illness in his place. This belief is known as a substitute protection tradition. As Okiku looks at the statue, she notices a dark mark on the stone. It resembles a stain. The mark is still visible today. For the people of this town, the statue was not only a guidepost, it was a place where travelers stopped, asked for help, and left their worries behind. The Waymarker Jizō does not give answers. It does not say, this is the right choice. Only destinations are carved. Choosing has always been left to the person standing there. Honor or life, duty or conscience. This place never chose for anyone. It only made escape impossible. There is a reason this statue was placed at the center of the town. A person cannot truly choose while walking, so here, space was left to stop. Seicho-an was not a place to move forward, it was a place to think. Seicho-an is also the family temple of the Ueno clan, who supported this post town. From that family, a poet was later born, Ueno Gyōbon. He grew up watching people pass, pause, and decide in this very place. That is all we say here. This story belongs to Seicho-an. Time has changed. The roads are paved. The horses are gone. Cars now pass where footsteps once echoed. Yet the Waymarker Jizō still stands, marking a place where people once stopped, hesitated, and chose. Seicho-an quietly keeps those memories. If you ever visit this place, pause for a moment. This statue will show you the road, but the choice will still be yours.